Uh, it's me again. And, I honestly wasn't sure when I would, be back. I thought it would be longer than this, but apparently not. Today is Monday, 12th of January. It's midnight, so by the time I'm done this, will be the 13th. But I wanted to talk about the feeling of running away, which maybe we feel a lot of the time. I feel like all of us felt like running away at some point, or even just now, right now. I personally feel like I need to get away from where I am situated. And on a personal note, I am working towards being able to get away. You know, I've got my plan set, and I hope that I can work through the plan and make it work how I want it to work. And so even I am in a position of wanting to run away. But yeah, you know, running away, sometimes it's out of a feeling of injustice, out of a feeling of, it could be out of anything really, you know. There's many reasons why people want to run away or leave something behind. And I feel like there's a difference. There's a difference between leaving something behind and running away. When you want to run away from someplace or something, right? Then obviously you're going to leave it behind. But sometimes it's not by choice. For example, the best example I have is probably immigration. You sometimes in a war situation, you find yourself obliged to run away and leave things behind. And I guess that in my case, I'm not really trying to run away. I'm really trying to just leave something behind, because I could really stay here, but I don't want to, so it's a choice. And I think that's where the difference is between running away and leaving behind. But yeah, I just want to say that if you feel like running away, you should think about the end result always. Because if you want to leave something behind or run away and nothing is planned, then you better hope that life has it planned out for you, because it's not evident, and it won't be easy. And I'm proud of myself because I planned out my getaway. I thought about it all, you know. I'm going to work, save up. I'm going to fix the car that I have and move back into the city. I went to the city 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, for vacation, and it was a lot of fun, and it made me realize that I want to move back. I found a little spot. It's empty. It's not listed. You know, yada yada. I guess it is meant to be a part of journaling. So sometimes I will talk about my life more than about the points I want to share. Yeah. You know, I was just talking with a friend of mine who's in a situation, and they need to get away. They need to leave behind. And, in a sense, run away. I thought I had more to say about this, but yeah, I don't have much. if you need to run away, then, and if you must do it on your own, then go ahead. Do it on your own. Because, you should always have your priority on yourself. You mean more to yourself than anyone will mean to you. And you should always think that way. You should always think that you're worth more to yourself than someone else. You should never put someone else above yourself in terms of worth. Yeah, I mean, I want to run away, I guess, leave behind more, so I have a bunch of people I want to go meet again and be with. And I don't feel bad for leaving. I feel ready. I feel like I finally found a reason to move forward. And, I'm 18. And so, I guess, it's not a bad time to make a move now. Maybe some will say it's a little early. Maybe some will say it's perfect. I need to get away and figure it out. Sometimes I want to just leave, take up one-way tickets to God knows which country, and work there, meet people, talk to them, and learn things, be alive. We're animals. We're not supposed to be in one spot and stay there our whole lives. And we're not meant to be in a cage. Work is 8 hours a day for most, 12 hours a day for some, 16 to 18 hours a day for a small number of people compared to the majority, And what's the difference between a cat in a pet store, and you in an office? Nothing really. There's not much of a difference. For the time you're in the office or whatever you may be doing for work, you are encaged. Now obviously you have the free will to get out or not, run away or leave behind, but you don't question it. That's not the topic of what I want to talk about, but I want to just say that, yeah, I want to leave to a country maybe, God knows where, and God knows for how long, and just, once I'm done there, move along and go to the next, and then rinse and repeat. And it's funny because I don't do it, but then I look at it and I'm like, wow, with just $1,000 I could really leave everything behind and just go and do it and figure it out. That's what life is. And yet I don't for now. I found a secure plan and I want to go along with it for now. Maybe that'll change, Maybe once I'm in the city again, I'll realize, well, that maybe I do want a little more freedom. Maybe that freedom I'll find it in a bigger city, or maybe I'll find it on the countryside somewhere in Asia or in Europe, or South America. But I want to get out of here. I want to leave behind, and I want to run away. And I'd love for someone to do it with me, but if I have to do it alone, then that's something you gotta just gotta go. You just gotta go do it. Because again, no one should be worth more to you than yourself. And that's something to live by, always. There's always something to live by. Yeah, I just want to get away. I want to leave. I feel like maybe this is much more personal than the previous, especially for just the second one I'm making of these. I felt like I needed to just go back to back and right away make another. I just had the feeling that I needed to pursue that. And that's why I'm here right now, so I'm doing it. So yeah, running away or leaving behind. I feel like I'm more so leaving behind than running away. I'm not in a sense of urgency, danger, or obligation. I'm just leaving behind and moving forward. And to whoever feels like they need to leave behind, and you're unsure, and just know that wherever you go in life, there's always a chance that you end up in the place you're supposed to be. And as long as you have the urge to go someplace, to leave where you are, then I can assure you that it means you haven't found your place to be yet. Because if you were in the place you wanted to be, you wouldn't feel the need to leave behind or to run away. And I feel the need to leave behind. I feel like I'm ready to leave behind and move on to the next step. And then from there, figure out the next one again. And speaking of moving on to the next step also, it needs to be clear that when you're trying to reach a goal, you should do it with a smile. And why? Because if you aren't happy about the work, efforts, and travel to get to your goal, then once you've finished climbing that wall, you're not gonna feel happy, If you're always angry, sad, and annoyed about the work you have to do towards climbing the wall, and once you climb the wall, it's like, bleh, why'd I even do it? And I think I'm very happy about how I made the plan, decided to move along with my life and start doing things alone. I think mainly the main thing for me right now is that it'll be alone. No more mom, no more any of that. And maybe I'll get a little more personal eventually about that whole thing. But for now, yeah, just a feeling of wanting to run away. And see, it's funny, I keep saying running away, but it's the feeling of leaving behind. Am I going to miss it here where I am currently? Maybe not. But I feel ready to leave behind. There's no more place on the page to lay down some ink. It's like you can squeeze it more and more, but at some point you gotta turn the page. And don't try to squeeze too much ink onto a page. You might tear it apart. It might tear apart, or even worse, whatever you wrote down might just be all squiggly. It just might not make sense anymore. You couldn't even make out words, and that's bad. So once you feel like the page is starting to fill up and you got to start squeezing out words onto it, you got to start squeezing out the little places you can still put ink on it, then maybe it's time to switch the page. And to think, it felt amazing, or maybe it felt painful writing my whole entire, maybe it felt painful writing on the page, or maybe I'll feel sad turning the page and having to start writing all over again from nowhere. And that's rare. Most of the time when you turn a page and keep writing, you're just continuing what was before. But when you're on a blank page, sorry for my stutter. When you're on your new blank page, then sometimes it's easier to try to switch a little bit of the on the previous one. Maybe it just feels nice being able to. This is something new. I get to continue my writing, but between this page and the other, I have a lot of space now. I can just go ahead and boom, get into it. Start writing again. Start laying down some new ink. Maybe switch colors. Maybe you were writing in blue, now you're writing in red, and it goes deeper than just a literal sense, of course. But yeah, leaving behind. That's what I am getting at in a sense of talking about it and physically about to do it. And yeah, I'll follow through that maybe in the next few ones, but for now, I feel like I love this little concept of talking about all these things. And for the first few times, I'm gonna be a little unsure and everything, and that's okay, because this is a new page, and right now it's boom. I was writing in plain black, and now maybe I'm writing in blue, and blue feels more calm, feels more exciting. Maybe it pops out more than black for some, unless you're colorblind, but point is leaving behind, and I'm ready to do it, and I'll see to do that. Also, again, audio, sorry, I was walking home from work, and oops, I guess, but yeah, so leaving behind, putting in work to make it happen. I feel like things are falling into place, and I'm ready for it. I'm happy. So yeah, way different from the last one, but it's okay. It's my journaling, so I don't give a frick what people might think. I'm getting carried away. Yeah, leaving behind. Sometimes it's good to not try to squeeze in more ink on a page before it tears apart. If a page tears apart, well, you have to realize the flip side is also going to be missing a big piece, a big chunk, or a small one. But don't tear apart your pages, because then the next one is missing. It's going to be missing a bit of, when you flip it over, it's going to be missing a bit of chunk on it, so it's dangerous to let it overflow. It's good to realize, you know what? I just need to turn it. I just need to leave it behind and go on to the next. And yeah, just leave it behind.